Ellen from 826 MSP After School Tutoring. Me and Sharky are back again this week to bring you another writing prompt video that you can watch and do at home. And just as a reminder, if you haven't seen our other 3 writing prompt videos, you can always find them to watch on our Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube pages. And I wanted to give you another reminder too. I wanted to remind everyone that a time like right now is an especially good time to be writing. When we have to face challenges or try new things, or even when we're feeling sad, scared, or just bored, writing can help with all of those things, whether you're writing about your real life or making up a story. And today we will be making up our own story together. And I know we have all been staying home as much as possible these days. And maybe we get to spend some time outside, maybe we don't. Either way, I bet you feel sometimes at home like you just want to escape. I know I feel like that sometimes. So today we'll be writing a story about escape, about getting out, about busting out and leaving and getting away from whatever it was that was keeping you trapped. And our story today will be fiction, which means we're going to use our imagination to make up a story. It won't be a true story about our own lives. We'll be using our brains and our imaginations to make up a brand new story. Before we start writing our escape story, there are 4 things that we are going to brainstorm together. And I know sometimes when you get an idea for a story, you just want to start writing right away because you're so excited. But if we can take some time to brainstorm a little bit together, that will make it easier for us to write a beautiful, full story with a lot of details. Okay, so if you have a pencil and a piece of paper, you are all set to get started. I'm going to pretend that this rectangle up here is my piece of paper so that you can see. And the first thing we can do for our brainstorming is to write the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 at the top of our paper. Okay, so like I said, we are writing a story about escape. But first, let's create a character and a setting for our story. And remember, a character means the person, animal, monster, or whoever is in the story. And a setting is where our story takes place. So for our escape story, we need to know who is escaping and where they are escaping from. So our first 2 important questions for this story is, who is it? And where are they? And this is your own fiction story, remember, so you could choose anything. Your character could be a human, an animal, a mythical creature, or anything who you want to be the main character in your story. For me, I'm going to think of an animal, and my favorite animal is a bear, so I'm going to choose a bear. And now you might want to think about what your character looks like, how old they are. You might want to give them a name, and you might want to think about their personality. Are they nice, smart, silly, clumsy, grumpy? You could even draw a picture of your character if that helps too. So like I said, I've decided my character is going to be a bear. So on my brainstorming page, I can write down bear. And I need to add some details about my bear. Let's see, I think she is a girl. She's pretty smart, but sometimes clumsy. And she needs a name, so I'm going to name her Violet. So up here, I'm going to write down my notes. So I said smart, clumsy, and I said that her name was going to be Violet. So I'll put that up here too. Okay, so now it's time to decide on our setting, meaning where the story takes place. Where is your character trying to escape from? For me, I think my character, Violet, the bear, is trying to escape from a forest. But this isn't just any forest. It has enormous trees that make it really dark inside. And you know, just for a twist, I'm going to say that this forest actually isn't on Earth. It's going to be in outer space, maybe on the planet Venus. And remember, your setting can be as realistic or as wacky as you want. So here, under number 2 for my setting, I'm going to put my important words. So I said forest, trees, it's dark, and like I said, it's on the planet Venus. So now that we have a character and a setting, let's move on to number 3. So we already know who is in our story, and we know where our story takes place. And now I want to know about our character's goal, which for all of us writing this story today will probably be about the same. What do our characters want? They want to escape, right? So our main question for number 3 is, what do they want? And like I said, for the most part, all of our characters in these stories will want to escape, because that's the theme of our story today. So under here, you can add some details about your character, like why do they want to escape? Or maybe where do they want to go? For me and my character, I'm going to think that, let's see, that Violet the bear is really hungry. And so maybe there are some delicious food or something outside of the forest. And let's see, just to add a good detail, I'm going to say that maybe she's looking for some special intergalactic blueberries or something like that. So you can add your details about why they want to escape and what they want to do here under number 3. For me, my important words were escape, hungry, and berries. Okay, and when you're ready, let's move on to number 4. So in order for this story to be interesting and exciting to read and to write, we want to create an obstacle or a challenge for our character. And if our character didn't have any challenges, she would escape in like 2 seconds, and then our story would be over. And that's not very fun to read or to write. So for number 4, try to imagine at least one challenge your character will face in their journey to escape. And the question I've chosen for number 4 says, why is it hard? Why is it hard for them to get what they want? So far we've answered the questions, who is it? Where are they? What do they want? And now we want to know, why is it hard? In my story, I think my obstacle or challenge could be, maybe some like alien bees have dumped honey all over the forest, and so it's really super sticky everywhere. Like I said, your story can be as realistic or as weird and wacky as you want. Mine is definitely a little wacky. So under why is it hard for my story, my important words here are bees, honey, and sticky. Okay, so now we've brainstormed each important part of your story. And remember, this is just for my story. All these words up here are just for my story. So your brainstorming will look a little bit different, and that's good. So I know that sometimes starting a story, writing that first sentence is the hardest part for kids and for grown-ups. So I'm going to give you a fill-in-the-blank sentence that you can use to help start your story if you want. Hopefully this will help you get going, and then you can keep writing on your own. So here's the first sentence that we can all write. It says, it was blank in blank, and blank the blank wanted to escape. Now I know this might not make very much sense right now, but we will figure it out very soon. So it says, it was blank in blank. Okay, in this first blank right here, I want you to think about, what time of day is it in your story, when your story first begins? Is it morning? Is it evening? Is it the middle of the night? For me, I think I'm going to choose lunchtime, right? Because my bear is so hungry. So I'm going to say it's lunchtime in blank. And in this second blank, that's where you can put your setting. And my setting is a forest, so I'll say it was lunchtime in the forest. And blank the blank. Now this second part here is for your character. So in the first part, you can put the name of your character, if your character has a name, and then what type of character are they? So are they a human? Are they a boy, a girl, a bear, an iguana, a ghost, whatever you decided your character is. So name here, and then what type of a thing or animal or person are they? So I can put Violet up here, the bear. And then the last line, we don't have to fill anything in, wanted to escape. So now, if you filled in your blanks, it should become a beautiful full sentence. And mine says, it was lunchtime in the forest, and Violet the bear wanted to escape. Ooh, I think that sounds like a pretty good first sentence to me. And make sure you fill these blanks in with your own ideas about your setting and your characters. Okay, so now we've officially started our story. I have rewritten my first line up here so it's a little bit easier for you to read. Just as a reminder, it says, it was lunchtime in the forest, and Violet the bear wanted to escape. So you should have a first sentence of your story that sounds a little bit like mine, but with your own ideas and your own details. And remember, this is just the first sentence of your story. So now it's up to you to keep writing and add as many details as you can, and use your brainstorming words to help you. Add as many details as you can about your setting, your character, and the challenges that they face. Remember, the reason we added a challenge is to make the story more interesting to read. So if you want to make your story longer, you can add more and more new challenges for your character to face, if you want. You could write 5 sentences, or 10, or even pages and pages of this story. It's up to you. And for our after-school tutoring students watching this video, I really want to read your stories. Soon, it will be time for us to make our new book, just like we did in December and last year. And I want to have lots and lots of stories and poems to put inside of these books. So if you're an after-school tutoring student, please send me the things that you have been writing at home. You can type it up and email it to info@826msp.org, or put it on social media and tag us, or ask your parent to take a picture of your writing and send it to me on their phone. Okay, that's it for today. Stay safe, everyone, and keep writing. I hope our time together has been helping you. I know that it's been helping me feel better to share this writing time with you. I'm going to keep working on my story, and I hope you do too. Bye!